So for those of you who can appreciate maps, very well documented for the purpose of an atlas, to give us an overview, a perspective on the fact that we who are Jews today are descendants from people who struggled and struggled and struggled to commit themselves to their pasts, to come back to the place of our origin, and to become back to our land. In the meantime, we were captives, taken away by the Romans, spread throughout the European world and then the North African world, other places in the Middle East. As we're going to see these maps, the maps are going to give us an idea where we were. Remember that you're talking about 500 years ago or 600 or 300 years ago. There were no steam engines. There was the modern wheel was not invented yet. Things moved slowly. And to get to the land of Israel and to maintain communities and connection to the land of Israel was extremely important. Now let's take a look at our map. And this is a map. It has a legend down at the bottom. Maybe we should probably bring it down and see it better. So these are emissaries from Safed. I'm going to pronounce it the way that I know it. It's really Tzfat. Tzfat, he calls it Safed. So for the 8th to 11th centuries, if we're going to try to trace this line, like right here. Okay, couldn't see. You can't see both. Let's see. Okay, here's a solid line. Tzfat out here all the way to Holland, and different places to Algeria, Oran, Algiers. That's that one. Then there's from Tiberia in the 14th to the 15th. So you're talking about 13 and 1400s. There are Jews here really sending out for money to sustain themselves in our land. From Tiberias. So this would be the one that looks like this. I'm not sure which one that one is. It looks like this. Oh, it's the little dots. So here we see that they came from Tiberias. Okay, they go this way. Anything else? Tiberias goes down to Jerusalem. Tiberias goes over to Istanbul. Tiberias goes to Salonika. Then in the 16th and the 17th centuries, and what you're reading here is the testimony, really, really important, of who we are and our relationship to our land. We never stop trying to get back. That's our destiny. We're like the salmon that have to swim upstream. No matter what, we're going to keep trying to come back. Now, in the 16th and 17th centuries, you have from Jerusalem, this is a different dotted line, and it's a lot busier. It goes up to Russia, goes all the way over here to Padua in Italy. It comes over here to Greece and Salonika, to Kairouan, and different places in Algeria. It goes to all of these different places. And then from Hebron, this one here, Hebron, followed this line going like this, to Lodi, where is this, in Mantua, which is called Mantura today. I'm not sure which is which, or we call it that. I'm sure Mantura. Anyway, so those are the paths. Those are the paths, emissaries from the Holy Land to the Diaspora, starting in the 8th century, sending on ship, by way of land out of Sfat, to go through this area right here, all the way to get to Western Europe. Unbelievable. For what? Looking for money. Sustain the community there. It was a very difficult place. It was very barren. Now in North Africa, he's saying Jewish communities in North Africa from the 15th to the 16th centuries. So over here we have, these are all the places we lived in. Morocco. Okay, maybe some names here that we recognize. Here's Tangier, Oran, Fez, all of these towns had a Jewish population. That's a lot. Here's Tunisia and Tunis. All of these different places across North Africa. Jewish settlement. Let me see how I can get this. In the Egyptian Delta. Very careful with this. Let's see, I'm going to pull it forward. There we go. It's a little zero on this. And you can see here we have the different places. I don't recognize much. It's Alexandria. That one I recognize in the coast. And then all these places throughout the Nile Delta, you have Jewish communities, especially on this branch. Here's Cairo, Giza. All these different names following the path of the Nile River. Ultimately, Alexandria, a big city. Now, this next part is called the relations with the Radbaz. Radbaz was a great rabbi. So he says, the community that sent Sha'ala, he's a Shaila, okay, the way I pronounce it, Sha'ala, a question, a rabbinic question. These are marked by dots. These dots. I'm going to try, these are maps now. Once again, you know, I'm trying to understand them. So there were questions sent to the Radbaz. So his town where Radbaz resided, and from where he dispatched his responses. So we have these, we have a dot, we have a square. So the Radbaz came from Spain, a tremendous rabbi, and he held a coalition of other synagogue personnel, of rabbis throughout the Mediterranean. Now let's look at the map itself, and so we see we're looking for the dots. All these dots indicates places who sent questions to the Radbaz. And this is a map of the Eastern Mediterranean. Here we have the Red Sea. You see some of these places. Let's just look at the map a little bit. This is the Black Sea. This is Turkey. These are what are called the states of the church. Greece. Tunisia on the other side, which is in North Africa. All these places with communities who had rabbis in those communities, and they asked the Radbaz questions that they needed to have the answers to. So here we are down here in Arabia, Yemen, today Yemen. Okay, this is a town where the Radbaz, well, excuse me, I read that wrong. So here's the Straits of the Hormuz. There were questions sent to the Radbaz there, and here is where the Radbaz resided. He resided in Tzfat. He resided at a different time in Alexandria. And then after that, those are his places. Don't see Jerusalem on that list, but Jerusalem was close to Tzfat, and they communicated. And all these different places, Salonika, Jerba. I guess this is, I'm not sure what this is. It's Cyprus. I'm not sure what it is. Or this Cyprus, this is Candia. Oh, this is Rhodes. Istanbul, Salonika, Belgrade, and Venice, Venezia. Okay, that's what we know. That's what we see from this map. We're getting set to go into more depth in terms of what was happening inside of Eretz Yisroel. All of these people going from here, emissaries, we call them shaluchim, or mishalochim, the way we pronounce it, shaluchim, mishalachim. Continuously going and fundraising throughout the diaspora, the constant connection between Eretz Yisroel and the the exiled community of Israel. Remember, when we talk about Am Yisrael Chai, that the Shekhinah never left us. Shekhinah, we left the Shekhinah, and the Shekhinah followed us into our exile. She's here, available. We have to find her. Now, this is Baruch Fleischman speaking on behalf of the Tikkun Elevator Kolo. Thank you for listening.